Hello everyone. Can you hear me? I hope I'm audible. Can somebody please confirm? Am I audible? I'm assuming I am. I hope I'm audible, right? Okay. Meanwhile, if somebody can confirm, that will be really good. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Yuvraj. Thank you very much. Yeah. So today's session, it's not a session, it's just a live. So first of all, happy Friday to all of you. And let me introduce myself. I am Shubham. Some of you might be knowing me, and I work for Hitachi Digital Services, and I've got 8+ years of experience working in IT. I started my career with TCS, where I primarily, got my training and everything in .NET and slight a bit in Angular. But slowly I transitioned into, I learned Angular, I learned Azure, and slowly now I can at least claim that I'm a full stack developer. So, how are you guys doing? Good evening, Yuvraj. How are you? I hope all of you are doing good. So I've heard like tomorrow, a lot of people having interview with one of the company. Let's call it CT. So I got a beard, in that company last year. A very good afternoon, good evening. Thank you very much. So yeah, so last year I got, I gave the interview of CTS. It was a normal one. If you are somewhere around 3 to 5 years of experience, you can expect very basic questions. They won't be asking too in depth, but yeah, definitely they'll ask you one or two coding question. Few. Good evening, Satish. Good evening, Yuvraj. Okay, so those who are preparing, go chilled out. They won't be going too in too depth, but definitely you can expect one or two coding question. And then most probably on API side, you can basic like middleware, then you know app.cs, app.run, app.use, all these basic concept they will be covering. They won't go too much in depth. On SQL side, definitely try to at least practice one or two queries. Second highest salary, median of this and that. Okay, they might ask you to write a CTC, CTS, na? What we call CTE. Okay, so they might ask you the difference between CTE and tables and all those things. Okay, guys. So today I'm here. So let's discuss anything. Any questions? A lot of you actually pinged me personally on WhatsApp and on LinkedIn, so we can discuss that. Some of you, I think, was facing some issue in your career. What was that? If I may get to know. Okay. So meanwhile, you put the question. Let me, give you a very small suggestion. If you're somewhere around 0 to 6 to 8 years of experience, try getting better at DSA. Okay. If you're, let's say, a lot of people, usually we in IT guy, na, most of the time we spend thinking about companies like service based, Capgemini, Cognizant, Accenture, and so on. But when I started giving interviews for companies like Hi Karam Pultami, sorry for mispronouncing maybe. So, when I started giving interviews for companies like Society Generale, uh, then Harman, then Siemens, then I started realizing that only theory is not going to help. There, there are a lot of chances they're going to ask you medium level of lead code question in the first round itself. And when I started my interview with Society General, the very first question they asked me like to reverse, no, rotate a 2D array by 90 degree or something. So I was really, got taken aback because I was always prepared for, like all of us service based company guys, always we are keep on pushing for theories and all. Frequently asked for 5 to 8 years of experience. Yeah, I mean, on Azure side, they won't be going in depth, especially if you're .NET full stack, but they are definitely gonna ask you about deployment, CI/CD they can ask, then CI/CD pipeline, Git, how you resolve Git conflict, then Azure function app. So these things, okay. So go with the basic, and I would suggest, like, if you look at my resume, na, I have clearly mentioned that these are the services I know on cloud side. So that is more than enough to get shortlisted. And they also consider, yeah, I mean, if you are looking into backend as well, front end as well, and everything, you can't expect them to know everything now. How about learning React JS with Esperanto? Fantastic. I've learned it. I've learned it. I don't know. I should tell you whom I've learned from, but Namaste React is really good. You can definitely go with this. Then I don't know how many of you guys have heard of Code Evolution. Let me give you the name. Code Evolution. He is amazing. Code Evolution. Okay, search on that. Hi, Ekta, you've got 9.5 years. So which area of C Sharp should focus for TCS? Acha, TCS is very simple, I can tell you. Uh, when you're going for interview, na, they'll definitely, because your experience is so high, so definitely they're gonna ask scenario based question, a lot of scenario based question, but mostly they will cover uh, conflicting question like ref versus out. Then if what are the condition when we should be using interface? What are the condition we should be using? Uh, you know. Polymorphism and all those things. So they'll ask you the simple question, but maybe in the tricky way. Since you are experienced now, that's why. So you are only into C Sharp, Ekta, or you have other to learn React. React, as I said, Code Evolution is really good. Code Evolution is amazing. He is amazing. And also you can look into if you have time. If you're not planning, you switch immediately. Then you can plan. Then you can go with Code Evolution. Correct. Ekta Sonfire has given the right name. Yes, he's the one. He's amazing guy. And also Namaste React is really good, but I think it's a paid one. They'll ask for 4,000 rupees, I guess. Click on .NET itself. What is your suggestion? Want to show 3.5 years? What do you mean, Siddharth? Like you want to show 3.5 years of experience means you're not into that? Okay, Ekta, full stack, na? So meanwhile, let me address Ekta. Siddharth, can you please explain what do you mean by showing 3.5 years? Do you have actual in hand practice, or you want to, you were into something else and now you're planning? So Ekta, on Azure and SQL side, na, uh, they don't go into depth, but they'll be asking like, what is Azure function, how Azure function is different with Azure application, Azure app. Then how you, yeah, one question they will definitely ask is if let's say our application is in cloud and there are some issue, maybe for a second or 5 second, how would you diagnose that? These kind of questions definitely going to ask. And SQL side, performance tuning, definitely you should be very prepared of. Then as I said, CT and all these things. I'm about to complete 2 years of experience in the same company, and the scene of increment is also going on right now. I have expressed my expectation in January, but now I want to switch. Okay, so Yuvraj, since you've got 2 years of experience, please don't plan immediately. Do one thing: wait for 3 to 6 months. That's my honest suggestion. Wait for 3 to 6 months, and start with DSA. See, I'll tell you a very interesting thing. When you have got experience less than 10 years, now getting into product companies, a few name which I gave, na, like Society Generale, Siemens, and all. First of all, they'll give you a really good amount. Commonwealth Bank of Australia, and these companies, they are brilliant companies, and they'll give you good pays. First of all, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, these companies you should try. So do DSA for 3 to 6 months, I would say. Parallelly, create some project where use .NET or React on front end. If you're looking for Deloitte, then definitely go with Angular, because most of the project they have like .NET with Angular. I have cleared Deloitte 2 3 times, so that's why I can say, I can tell you for sure. So, Yuvraj, please don't plan immediately. Please plan for 3 to 6 months. Okay, start from now. Do DSA alongside some projects, and you'll be good place. But please, humble request, Yuvraj, that please try not to get into again a service-based company. This is the age when you go into product now. You'll always be in product-based company. You don't have to worry about project allocation, budgeting, and all those nonsense. So that is, I'm still in automation domain coding part, but sometime I get chance to work on .NET with team. हाँ तो then तो it's very easy ना यार. आप एक काम करो सिंपल सा, .NET के प्रोजेक्ट्स बनाना शुरू करो, ठीक है. जीपीटी का इस्तेमाल करो. To do apps, I mean, you can start with to do apps and keep on scaling those applications. Since you've got only around 3.5 years of experience, I think you mentioned, it's a right time to switch. But one suggestion I'll give to everyone: whenever you're planning to switch, don't plan immediately. Okay, those who are senior, like I'm also going to complete 8 years, no? So for us, it's, I mean, we can't do much about it. Let's say, I always dream to get into, product based company. We've got to do system design, we've got to do DSA and all those things. So that's a problem for us. But for you guys, I think DSA will be more than enough, and some basic. But let's say you're talking about product based now. So they will not ask what is dictionary versus hashet. They'll definitely ask like how internally dictionary works, how hashet works internally. So in that sense, also you have to go. And I think that is applicable for Ekta also. Ekta, you are preparing for 9.5 with TCS now. They can ask you these questions. And also, difference between stack and heap. Don't just simply say stack is a reference type. Sorry, I mean value type, and heap is a reference type. You have to explain code by code. Let's write a code and say values type will be stored on stack, and the moment that next line, that value along with the value type will be gone. Like that, you have to go. I have explained in one of my interview experience, which I've shared on the channel. Oh yes, yes. You asked me on WhatsApp as well how to explain project in an interview. So how I explain. Let me start. So first I give the introduction, and immediately I jump into. I don't give any space for counter question. That is one thing. I mean, I'll tell you something very interesting. I've been on bench so many times in TCS and in other companies also. I mean, I would say I've given or at least 80 to 100 interviews till now in last my 4 to 5 years of experience. So how I start is immediately I give that which architecture we are following. Let's say MVC, start with that. And let's say, for example, recently which project I worked on, it was a school management system. So we created a school management system where one dashboard was for student, one was for teacher, and which tech stack I used in order to achieve that. That's all. They'll not go more into detail. If you have this much of enough knowledge, so start with the architecture and what are the pointers you covered during that project will be more than enough. And tech stack for sure. I made personal full stack project as well with .NET and Angular, but still doesn't have confidence. So don't be in a hurry, Siddharth. If you have, as you said, you have created personal project now, then start going through the interview experiences of others. Okay, and then start giving interviews. I can tell you something, very interesting. 80 to 90% of the interviews I've failed, and I'm proud of it. You know how I can say confidently what kind of questions Siemens is gonna ask or society generally gonna ask, because I failed in those interviews. Last year, the only time when I started clearing second round, third round. So please go ahead, do fail in interviews. Yeah, there are so many companies working in .NET, so don't be afraid of failing. It's totally fine to get failed. Okay, e-commerce code block app. I made this project. Posted on Azure as well. So Siddharth, you're on really right track. Start giving interviews. You'll get more confidence. Currently, you're not confident because you might not have given enough interviews. Start giving interviews. You might fail. The moment you fail, you realize that okay, this is the area which I have to cover better. So you can start. Definitely, you can start. What about INT? Sorry, Mohammed Saab, I missed it. What about INT? LNT you meant? LNT is a service-based company. Very simple question to ask. Max to max on coding side, they'll ask like reverse an array, you know, uh, on a given string, how many characters are occurring, how many times. These questions. So LNT is sorted here. Easy question. I might have that resource. I'll find and post it in my YouTube channel. I'm not getting calls. Having 4.0. How is that, Ikan? I mean, I get often surprised that a lot of people say I'm not getting enough calls. Please do send me your resume. I have my LinkedIn, account pasted because I'm not bragging. I'm telling you, I get at least 80 to 100 calls. Had my mom being here now, I would have called and given proof. She used to get so irritated that how you getting so many calls? Why are you getting so many calls? So I don't know. .NET is in so much demand, and whenever somebody says no, I'm not getting enough calls, I feel very bad. So is your resume only on .NET, only on backend? That has to be checked. Because if you are working on a legacy project, if .NET Core is not mentioned, Angular is not mentioned, you will be in tricky position. When you're mentioning in the resume, let's say Angular, maybe you have not worked enough. As I always say, start with the small projects and keep on scaling to learn Angular. At least for every .NET guy, Angular is must. If you can add React, even better. But since we are coming from object-oriented programming language, that's why I'm suggesting Angular. Angular works with TypeScript and it's an amazing application. I love it personally. Okay, Kunal, what we can do now? What I find you beautiful. Those are very simple applications. Yeah, that was just for kids. But we can do one thing. I'll start planning one to one as well, and we'll see why. And Ikan, I would request you to ping me on LinkedIn. I want to see your resume because it's really hard. I mean, I feel bad that a .NET guy is not getting calls. I mean, if I open my LinkedIn now, at least I'll see you first 20 messages are from companies like Deloitte and all. I'm not at all bragging. Let me even show you. Give me a moment. I'm really sorry if I'm wasting your time. But anyways, continue. My projects. I mean, I've got 8 years experience now. So since I've changed a lot of companies, so I've got so many projects to explain. But not visible. Social buzz. I missed your question here. Can you please type complete, but not visible in the sense? How to prepare for an interview? Keep giving interview. Keep failing. See, not sure. I think light is too much. Not to brag or something. Can others also confirm that? Do you guys really don't get calls for interviews? And you're in .NET full stack. If you're only in backend and especially your resume says .NET framework and all, then it's a problem. .NET with React and even Harin Bhivanju is also not getting called. Please ping me, guys. Okay, I have my LinkedIn ID there. I really want to see this because I have literally closed my no Naukri and others. Even on LinkedIn, I have mentioned like I'm not looking for a job, but still they ping me or reach out to me. I need to see everyone. See, a humble request, guys. Since I've already called only people, within 8 year of range, I can consider your friend and small brother. Please reach out to me. Those who are not getting enough calls, I want to see your resumes. It's not right. ASP.NET Core, MVC, mentioned basic React JS and all. So maybe you have not, Ikan, maybe you have not, figured out the way to filter your resume. These days, see, resumes are mostly, these days especially, they are being shortlisted by AI. So that's where we have to play the trick. I'll tell you. Rajguru has a good question. Deloitte and PwC has a lot of opening. Yes, yes. हाँ, अब कंपनी कल्चर तो मैं कुछ नहीं बोल सकता भाई। डेलोइट का भी अच्छा थोड़े ना है। They'll ask you to work 14 hours, 16 hours at times. But the point is they'll give you good salary. Usually firing for developers is less in that regard. For you, .NET, yeah, Harini Bhava, Raju, please reach out to me. I want to see your resume here, please. I failed 15 companies. How to overcome? That's totally fine. See, Karen Poulton, bye. Please don't take this seriously. I'm telling you, I've failed 80% of interviews. That's totally fine, yeah. But at least I've learned something. So that's totally fine. Please ping me. I will give you enough encouragement. Failing is not a concern at all. It's failure. That's totally fine. Okay. Give more and more interviews. So whenever you fail now, you identify the areas where you might need to do something better. So identify. See, I'll tell you one thing. The reason I have got all the questions compiled in my system, in my diary. See, I'm still an old school guy. I write a lot. So all the questions, all the topics which I'm not feeling very confident about, even cloud side sometimes they ask very tricky questions. So even since we as a developer use limited services of Azure, so even I struggle. That's fine, but I note that down. See how I pointed out you that question, na? That rotating of 2D array by 90-degree, I couldn't because that hurt me. Kind of, my ego got hurt. And since then, I started working on DSA, and even every weekend, at least 3 to 4 hours I spend on learning DSA. See, Social Buzz is saying he got a lot of interviews. It is very normal, yeah. .NET developers get a lot of calls. I can't speak for Java developers, but .NET developers, with my experience, the reason I started thinking of switching now because my senior used to get so many calls, and the way he used to answer like, no, this company is too far from my home, that's why I can't join. So I thought like यार इतने जॉब है मार्केट में कि अपन ये भी कर सकते हैं. एक कैरम पुल्टन भाई बिल्कुल नहीं यार, प्लीज डोंट टेक दिस सीरियसली. फेलियर इज पार्ट एंड एंजॉय एंड प्लीज नोट इट डाउन. I'm not sure how you're comfortable. If you are comfortable with pen and paper, go with pen and paper. If you're comfortable on Notepad, add it now. Company wise, I'll I can't open Visual Studio currently. In Visual Studio, which of the code I couldn't solve during interview, I have noted down and solved 5 times, 10 times after that. Yeah, Mohammed, I meant for from LNT. Yeah, I got it. No, easy. If you're planning or if your interview is coming, it's easy. You'll be able to click if your basics are clear. Will we see the Blazor job market? No. Blazor is abstraction over abstraction. So if you're learning Blazor, I mean, jobs are there. Even I get sometimes call for Blazor. Like, do you have experience? I don't have. I don't want to learn it because it is abstraction after over abstraction. So if any one of you trying to learn UI side, please don't start with Blazor. It will kill your skill. It will kill your learning. I'm telling you. So anyone planning to learn UI, my recommendation would be Azure. Angular, because we are coming from object-oriented programming. Absolutely same. Initially, I didn't even realize that Angular and C Sharp is different because same OOPS concept, same services, same dependency injection, and so on. Meda Patil, stuck with internal project, bro. Okay, asked roll ops, but they are telling they will give promotion this cycle, applying for the companies too. So, see, I'll tell you something. I don't know it's a good advice or bad, but I have never relied even for 5% of increment. I don't give a damn. And I'll not tell you the exact number, but when I started my career, I had X amount of per year, per annum, my CTC. And today it's almost 10 times of that. So I think that is enough hint. Most of you will be able to realize. So don't, please, yeah, humble request, yeah. We work for company 9 hours, done. Okay. I totally agree with you. There shouldn't be no too much of work life balance for ladies, for kids. I mean that's a different topic, but for us, I don't believe in that. 9 hours I'll give to the companies. 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15 hours I'll give to myself. Okay, so please, Meda Patil bhai, move on, move on. Don't ask for appraisal again and again. If they're not giving, don't give them hint that you're preparing, but at least out of 2 days in a weekend, one day you give it to yourself. Learn. uh my message are not coming. No, I read your message. I think I was just pointing out to you only. So Meda, please don't rely on them. Okay, they'll give you 5 to 10%. The moment you cross 2 to 3 years, I mean, I have never stayed in any company for more than 3 years. Currently, I'm in Hitachi. I've heard that appraisal cycle is good here, 10% plus they usually give. If that is gonna go well, then that's fine. Since also it's a product-based company, that's why I don't want to switch. Otherwise, maybe 1 year I've completed now. Maybe after 2 years I'll start planning. I am already learning system design. I'm already learning DSA now, because next target is definitely going to be a product based company, not a service based. So accordingly, Meda, you can also plan, I would suggest. Kunal, what approach you follow while answering in the interview? Yeah, I have a very simple approach, very simple, straightforward approach. I don't complicate things. Let's say I was asked like, what is the difference between interface and abstract class? So if you see, if you have observed, abstract class is mostly in libraries. If you have used WPF, if you go into the uh, parent methods or parent functions, they are mostly abstract. So I won't go immediately say this is the difference. First, I'll say what my experience with these two terms, and then I'll explain like interface is a contract, uh, which have implementation, but that implementation makes no sense because there is no value types or something we can define there, and things like that. Differences I've already covered in my interview experience, which I've shared. So like that I do. Okay, unable to elaborate a concept. Any tips? Yes. So you have to start preparing. I'm telling you, my communication was really bad. Even now, since I'm tired, you might be feeling that I'm not very comfortable. But I practiced it. I read a lot. It takes time. Okay. So if you're not able to elaborate, start elaborating to yourself. Can you share the scenario-based question? Okay, Karam Putan, I will come to you. Let me address few other questions. I'll give you scenario-based question. I'm gonna cover. Give me a second. Burning Star is hi Shub. I know .NET MVC, .NET Core, user functions. If you want to switch on three, what amount should I? Okay, you're gonna complete 3 years. I'm assuming your current package to be 5 to 8, right? Then at least try to get 70-80% hike. And I'm not joking. If you have something around 5 lakhs, you go for at least 12. If you're somewhere around 8, go for 15. They'll give you, I can assure you, because the tech stack you mentioned na, in so much in demand. Just make sure that whenever you're planning to switch, as I said, 3 months at least you give. Yeah, a lot of people I see like they put the paper and immediately start giving interviews. Don't do that, because you might get let's say call from Society Generale. Do you really want to fail that interview? They'll give you good salary, and yeah, I mean those who genuinely have to look after their family and other things, I would suggest they should go with service based. Work will be less, but obviously opportunity hikes and all those things will be less as well. But if you're young, yeah, I mean, anyone who hasn't touched 30, try product here, product based. Uh, Bibek Pandey, sir, I'm .NET trainee. They give me build feature. Do I using AI? I don't see any growth. Yes, obviously, no, Vivek. See, I am also using AI, but not the way you are using. Okay, I am using because I know the inner concept. Now you're asking AI, maybe let's say that build this function and all those things. Okay, the code is given, but first of all, you have to understand the internal code, right? So when it comes to learning, bro, please don't use AI. Use AI while working. Save your time. Be a good performer. Try to get more and more hikes and all those things, but don't use AI while learning. Have 4.5 Meta Patish. Okay, have 4.5 6 LPM. Oh, that's really nice. Daily applying team, no calls in months till now. Yeah, Mega, can you also ping me on LinkedIn? I want to see your resume. Last number, 5 interviews, but no luck. Completed 4 personal job. I did. Sorry. That's fine. Failing, don't cry for failing, yeah. Hi, Ishi Mishra. Hello. Karim, can you conduct a mock interview for me? Yes, I'm planning to, have one-to-one mock interviews because I can't see my .NET fellow developers, in stress. .NET is so much in demand, yeah. And I can't believe that I'm the only lucky person who is getting 50, 60 calls. All of you will be. Something is wrong, which I want to see. Anyone who is getting less call, at least less than 20 calls a day, please ping me. I want to see your resume. It is impossible, guys. I can't believe that I'm the only lucky guy in the whole .NET industry. That despite having overpaid here, I'm genuinely overpaid, obviously. Only company like Hitachi and all these can afford me. I was, frankly speaking, I was directly asked by Infosys that we cannot go beyond 30. They openly asked me, okay? And still they called me. Even now, my mail, if I show you, They still sending an email. Yes, Karam, I'll go for conduct interviews. Okay. So future development. No, no, don't worry about AI. I can assure you. See, I'll tell you. These days now, I'm actually a lead now, so I'm leading my team. So what is going on currently is like those who are coming new, they first have to go through the KT, that what project is, how you structure it, and they have to go for the handbook. There's something called handbook, where we structure everything, how this application works, who are the point of contact, and all those things. Who is the business contact? Who is everything? Okay. And sometimes, if let's say I don't have time and I paste that handbook to AI and give all this instruction, all the instruction, I can tell you, I'm very good at playing with AI. So my prompt engineering is good. I even have done a course on Udemy or LinkedIn maybe. Still, this dumb tool not able to do that. So don't fall into this trap of that AI is going to do something. In my last live also, I think I said the same thing. That if let's say I'm in the business of making bottles, do you really think that I'm going to say wrong thing about plastic bottles? I'm into the business. I'll say no. That's totally fine to use plastic bottles. Plastic bottle reduces, maybe the plastic reusability and all those things. So obviously, don't look at the interviews of Meta CEO, then Nvidia CEO. They have to say right things here. Till 2032, AI is going to be in loss. Those who are afraid of AI, I will repeat. I will repeat. It is a bubble which is going to burst, but it's a wonderful tool which increases our productivity, which increases the speed at which we can work, because all the menial things it will handle. So please, please, please. And in the AI generation, all of are fortunate and unfortunate because see, understand why hiring is less. You have to understand the psychology. The reason that all of the company almost is fighting for their place in AI. They want to get some benefit out of AI. They want to be called that we are also AI company. So they have invested most of the money into that. So they can't hire now. Once this bubble bursts, now you'll see the hiring of developers like anything. Only three, four to five players are gonna win, like Google, Nvidia, Meta, and all those big players. Other small player gonna vanish. I can assure you. And after that, you'll see if I'm telling you the right or wrong. AI increases the productivity, but cannot replace developers. Cannot, impossible. Okay. Mohammed is saying I'm good at development side, but not on DSA. Yeah, I understand. See, any .NET or Java developers now, especially .NET developers, they are very bad at DSA, and that's why, I can assure you, yeah. One company, if I recall, was it Society Generale or Harman? Not Harman, I think. So Society Generale and other company, they were literally when I had only 4 years of experience, they were ready to give me 30 LPA, but the coding now was so difficult. So I know most of .NET, you know, those company which work in .NET are mostly service based. So we have got habitual of learning the theory or memorizing the theory and giving the interview. So I know .NET developers struggle. Even I used to struggle, as I said. But that's why I often say that keep failing in the interview. Go for more and more interview. Keep failing. There is nothing to be ashamed of. Give me a second. Yuvraj is saying, honestly, I'm feeling a bit stuck without a code reviewer at my work. I'm using GPT. Okay. But it's making me wonder if I'm becoming too dependent. That's totally fine, Yuvraj. Even if you're depending on that, no, that's totally fine. But I hope you're understanding the structure, how it is reviewing. Uh, you should be a reviewer of the GPT's code. Okay. All of us should be code reviewer now. Bhavna is saying, how should I prepare for interviews? I have already attended some interviews, but I'm not able to explain any answer properly. I feel nervous. Okay, Bhavna, I think you're nervous. So we will be planning anyways some mock interviews. Okay. But meanwhile, what you can do now, you can pick a question. Let's say very popular, and in every interview they're gonna ask like, what is the difference between interface and whatever abstract class. Try standing in front of the mirror and look at your eyes, or maybe you record yourself. Yeah, take the mobile and record yourself answering that. I can assure you, this has worked with me. It will work for you as well. Okay? Or pick up a friend. Sometimes my mother doesn't understand English, but I used to answer in front of her. It used to work. Yes, Sujit is touching on the right point. Putting 90 days in Naukri, reducing number of calls. How to handle that? Yeah, Sujit. See, that's a trouble. Yeah, even I put it now. But big companies allow. Sujit, big companies allow. Companies like Gemini, Accenture. Recently, I was reached out by Cognizant, and they were okay with 90 days notice period. So that's fine. Okay, so that situation can come. I mean, that actually comes every time. If you're getting less salary, less salary from the company, from my expectation, I want to switch. I want to see my resume. Okay. First of all, try putting it on Naukri and see how many calls are you're getting. If you're getting enough calls, then fine. Otherwise, please reach out to me. Those who are not getting enough calls, please do reach out. I can't believe, and I feel so bad whenever because .NET is my pride here. I'm telling you, whatever high salary I'm getting now, largely because of .NET. Largely, had I been a Java developer, I can assure you I wouldn't have been getting this much. And one guy, I forgot his name. He has very similar experience than I mean what I have. So, one of the thing also I forgot to mention. Just a second, I'm really sorry. Lot of people, lot of us don't switch on time. Hi Dilip sir, I also love you very much. Thank you very much for the encouragement. So I was pointing out to one of the guy. He must have didn't switch. So I don't know why a lot of us often get into that comfort zone. For me, my comfort zone, I'll tell you in last live some of the one of the guy asked me, what is your motivation? My motivation is a simple calculation. If I'm giving anyone my 1 hour, how much I'm charging? So even with companies, I calculate like that. If I am getting, let's say, 1,000 rupees a month, an hour, means 9,000 rupees a day, how much it becomes? If let's say I'm taking 500, so that calculation has to be there. I mean, I see a lot of people in the same company for 5 years, 7 years, 8 years. I can't tell you. One of my seniors, like 14 years, he's in this. She's in the same company. Please never do that. Please don't do this injustice. Just because you are comfortable, you are, you know, don't get me wrong, but you're literally snatching money from your kids. I mean, if you've been switching on time, not too fast. I'm not saying within 5 years you should start expecting 30 or 40 LPA. No, time should be taken. But please don't stick to a one company for 5 years, 6 years, 8 years, 10 years. What the hell? Can you imagine the amount of money we are losing if we are not switching on time? Staying in a single company, I can give you in return, will not make you rich, especially if you are coming from a middle class, even if you are coming from a rich family. Why would you lose your money just because you are comfortable? Don't do this, please. So whenever you get the chance, please switch on time, especially when you are a bench. Bench is my favorite period. Half of the people are so afraid of bench that okay, I'm going to lose my job. 50% is like it's a fun, it's a honeymoon period. Why should I do anything? But those 90 days, I mean, I have been working in MNCs mostly, so I used to go get like 2 to 3 months of bench time. I have learned so much, I can't tell you, whether it's DSA, Angular, and everything. Majority of the things I learned on bench. Ravindra bhai, any better way to prepare and remember design pattern? Oh yes. The best way I can tell you is like implement it. Implement, take one design pattern at a time. Okay, frankly speaking, avoid singleton you should do at the last when going to interview, because sometimes they'll ask you to write the singleton code and why lock is there, why double lock is there. Acha, one of our senior was there, no, a TCS, who is in TCS. She is in TCS. She's got 9.5 years of experience. You might be asked to explain singleton code, why double lock, and so on. Meta Patil, can you create one say WhatsApp group for switching base? Yeah. You're right. Yeah, thanks for reminding. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Meta. It's a great advice actually. Okay, you want me to create multiple channels where 1 to 3 years will be one group, 4 plus will be in the same group, and those who are above 6 to 7 years will be in the different. Okay, okay, I can plan that. I can plan that. Any question, guys? Or acha, somebody was asking me about scenario-based question. Okay, let me point out few scenario-based question. One for service-based, which you can expect like with 99.99%, and that is how you handle large file upload using web API. 99%. 99% of the time you're gonna face that question. Then explaining asynchronous code. Okay, you'll be asked to write asynchronous code and different awaits, how that execution works. Acha, somebody was 9.5 years. Anyone who is above 3 na, you will definitely gonna be asked to explain the .NET execution lifecycle. Okay, so I'll give you a small briefing that how you should explain. So whenever we write a code, and when the moment we click on build, it gets converted to intermediate language, and then it goes to CLR, and CL is the one responsible for garbage cleaning also, and putting this intermediate language code into the respective operating system, and that's where code runs. So I'm creating a very wonderful video which you would love. So this explanation is very important. If you're going for senior, then definitely this kind of question is going to come. Vivek wise, should developer should parallelly learn data science also? I mean, if interested, why not? AI ML, learn. Yeah, I'm also learning Python. If you're interested, but it's my frankly, I'm one of the very fortunate guy. My uncle was in .NET, and he used to show me how his project and all those things. So I used to get very excited about it. So personally, I'm in love with web dev. So I won't think of switching, but definitely you can go with that. Can you do how to prepare for DSA? Okay, I wouldn't suggest you to go for tutorials. Take one question, start with the easiest questions. Okay, arrays, list, linked list, so on. Start with the easiest one. Go for lead code and start with the easiest one. If you can't solve it after twice, thrice, fourth, go with the GPT. And if you want to go with the tutorial, then obviously Striver is the best. Even I have learned from him. But it takes so much time. I don't know how much time you have, Haris bhai. Akash, full stack dev Angular or React? I mean, if you're on .NET, then Angular will be easier. But React is fast. React is obviously fast. But very few companies actually look for .NET with React. If you have realized, very few. EY looks for it. EY looks for it. Most of the time, I've seen EY looking for .NET with React. But if you look at Deloitte, uh, KPMG, all big companies, usually they go with .NET with Angular. And that .NET with Angular will be easier also because both coming from object-oriented background. Na, anyone who has not worked on Angular, na, I would strongly encourage you guys. I mean, even if you're not interested in UI, I think it adds something here. It's adds something in your resume. I think one of the key reason why I get so many calls na, because of that I have in my resume .NET, Angular, and React also because I've learned it. But I will not, I won't request or ask everyone to learn so much. I've spent so much time learning, so spend some time with family also. Yeah, my fiance is always like so angry with me that I don't give enough time. But uh, if you are a workaholic like me, if you love learning and all, then learn Angular and React both, or learn only React. But these are time taking things. But if you go with Angular, na, the speed will be too fast. Shravan, state management in Angular. Yes, it's a very important question. Very important question. I'm actually, creating a separate playlist where what kind of questions are coming for .NET developers. So as you, if you're going for an interview now, if you have got experience for 3 to 5 years, state manager is definitely gonna come. Yeah, Akash, if you are gonna learn, it took me, I think, 2 3 months. Within a month, also you can learn the basic concept. So start with creating a very small project, to-do list, and then you'll see like how standalone components are learning. Nowadays, avoid the learning module part. because I see a lot of you are less than 5 years of experience, right? For us, it's very important that we have to learn module as well. But for you guys, standalone component is more than enough, because Angular 14 itself implemented that standalone one. And learn the latest one here. Never learn the legacy one. Okay. So the list of companies that hire for .NET, I can Kunal, I can list out here. Deloitte, topmost every time .NET with Angular. Then Society Generale. Today NHR reached out to me. .NET with Angular. Then Capgemini, Accenture, Cognizant. Anyone who is working in .NET, if they are looking for UI, 80 to 90% of the companies are gonna look for Angular, .NET with Angular. So that's why I'm encouraging all of you guys to go with Angular, so that it increases your career aspect as well better. Can you share your interview notes with like 400, 500 question? So, but I'll share different candidate with different experience can utilize that. I'll share Meda Patel. Sure. So yeah, I was referring to a few scenario based, na? Especially in client round, they often ask this question. That it's such a ridiculous question. I don't know why they often ask, but they do ask one question: is uh, have you fall into any tricky situation and how did you solve? Now the trouble is we as a developer fall into tricky situation every day, right? But pointing out in that interview, na, it's gonna be tricky. So what I would suggest is at least plan 2 to 3 errors you fixed, the bugs you fixed. If you take my example, the school management one, what was happening now? So I'll explain you project. Any one of you can utilize if you want to by tweaking it. So what used to happen is like whenever a student completes all the assignment, if let's say a student has got 10 assignments, if he completes all the assignments, okay, then only he is supposed to upgrade to the next grade. But that was not happening. If the student was clearing first three and he would go to the last module and complete it, he would be switched to the next grade, and that was a big error. And teacher will be like, how this guy who was in grade 6 is now in grade 7. So we found the bug and we fixed it. So this is the example which I'm going to use in future, because we fixed it recently when I was in last company. So these kind of things happen. So you have to figure out three to at least be ready with 3 to 5 that kind of scenario based questions which you will be put, and try to advocate that how I fixed it. So those planning you cannot do in interview. You have to do it before you gonna sit for the interview. So that is very important. Any question, guys? Acha, on SQL side, performance tuning, definitely they're gonna ask what are the tools we use. Angular, how do you recognize the error is in front end or back end? Very common question. Mostly they'll ask. Okay. How do you use Chrome dev tools? All this. So be ready, be prepared for answering this question. Akash, bhai, not JavaScript full fluency, but TypeScript is required. JavaScript, few questions, few portion will be asked, but TypeScript is the main one. Okay. But yeah, hoisting, closures, these things you have to be prepared. So as I said, now do some crash course on JavaScript, but do TypeScript better. But what I'll say now, I personally haven't gone through these tutorial one by one. I have gone through it like when I was in second or third year of my experience. Since then, I am more into doing practical thing. I think, to my mind, the best way to learn any technology, is by doing it. So have a VS Code, create a UI on VS Code, have Visual Studio open, do .NET, do backend with a .NET C Sharp, and have a SQL. I can tell you, if you want to integrate cloud in this, na, then use Azure SQL, Azure Blob Storage to upload the images. These things will be wonderful to explain, even if you have never touched UI or Azure. Anyone below 5 years of experience, I would request you guys, Please create sample projects. Please create. Please start with the small projects. Keep on, upskilling it. School management one, yeah. I mean, it's a very interesting project, and you can explain. So you should thank me, like, because I've given you very, good point to explain in interview, and good for learning as well. Okay, so try to create that. How should I learn Azure? By implementing. Bhavna, please implement. So as I gave you the example now, I'm not sure if you're interested in full stack, or even if you're just interested in backend, that's totally fine. On backend side, try to upload images through Azure, blob storage. Try using message queue if you are looking for microservices. I'm very soon launching, how I actually have implemented microservices. This is a word, but no good material I see on YouTube. So, I'll tell you very honestly. Don't get me wrong. I'm very honest about it. The reason I started this YouTube channel, because I used to struggle a lot. My fiance is very helpful. I mean, we are in relationship for the last 3 years, and she has always, get into all those, finding the resources and preparing me for interviews. And that's why, I mean, some of you mentioned like you struggle to explain. My fiance helped me a lot here. She used to be a mentor, and she used to be very serious, and she used to ask questions. And I don't know how she used to find those resources. She used to spend hours. And that's one thing, even teases me, that the resources on .NET is very less on YouTube. Only Shiv sir is there, Shiv Prasad Korela from Questment, everybody knows. But apart from him, who? I mean, one teacher also is there. He's also popular in YouTube, but I'm not very convinced with his communication. And communication is the key, guys. If you cannot explain yourself, or address a question fluently, then you are already, making yourself dumb. There are high chances that they will say maybe he was in support or something. He doesn't have any experience talking to client, or attend daily scrums and all. So that gives a red flag. So avoid that. I'm really sorry, yaar, I've missed a lot of question here. Java, okay. How should I learn Azure? Yeah, Bhavna, so please use it. Go for the create multiple Google account here, and use it for 1 month. It will be free. One guy is there, I'm missing out his name. He's very good. On Udemy, his course is there. I'll tell you. I'll tell you. Please, Bhavna, ping me on LinkedIn. I'll tell you his name. भैया, can you share the examples of project very very small? अच्छा, स्कूल मैनेजमेंट बना लो मोहम्मद भाई. आप स्कूल मैनेजमेंट बना लो. ई कॉमर्स बनाओ यार. आपको बहुत सारे ना यूट्यूबर मिलेंगे कि यू ई कॉमर्स बोरिंग हो गया है. अरे यार, उसमें फीचर रिच होते हैं. उसमें पेमेंट गेटवे इंटीग्रेट होता है. उसमें ये एक बहुत अच्छा एग्जांपल है. यूज अजोर ब्लॉब स्टोरेज फॉर अपलोडिंग दोज इमेजेस. देन अगर माइक्रो सर्विस भी बन सकता है ना. पेमेंट के लिए अलग सर्विस बना दो, शॉपिंग के लिए अलग सर्विस बना दो, ऐड टू कार्ट के लिए अलग सर्विस बना दो. यार, लर्निंग बहुत ईजी है. अपने को ना बहुत दूर नहीं जाना पड़ेगा. यूज जीपीटी, जेमिनाई, एनी एआई टूल, and pick a good small project. Think about it. Start with e-commerce. Start with to-do list. If you don't know anything, start with to-do list, and then go with school management. Then go for the complex thing. Build a Indian Railway platform. I mean, if you learn these things, na, anyone who has worked on the TCS, na, they can definitely go and explain that I was working for IRCTC, because it is the client genuinely, so they can do use that. अच्छा, रविंद्र भाई, is MVC relevant nowadays? Yeah, MVC is evergreen, भाई. MVC is evergreen because there are a lot of legacy projects. Not because that is required today, but lot of legacy project is going to be very difficult to migrate. So MVC will be in in limelight. Second thing is, in today's world, if they want to understand your which architecture of your project, the easiest way to explain is MVC. So utilize that, and say like, currently we have MVC implemented, and we are transitioning into microservices. Like that, you can explain. Yuvraj is like, so share some points on Azure as I'm a beginner. Okay, Yuvraj, you ping me. I'll give you the course name. That is really good. All the important points which a developer needs is there. Coursera is good, yeah, but it's expensive. I mean, for me, it's free, but I don't know. But instead of Coursera, LinkedIn Learning is also good. Yeah, Coursera will be a big courses, na. But yeah, really good. Obviously, good teachers are there. I've seen that. Can you please share company switching info like first switch till last switch? How many years you stayed? Okay, I stayed in TCS for like 2.7 years of total there. Then 2 years in one company. Then I was in UST for like 2.5 years. Then I came here, Hitachi. So last 1 year I'm here. So yeah, 2 to 3 years is a good window. But anyways, anyone staying more than 4 5 years, I think they are doing injustice to themselves and to their family. I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know. But I don't know. It would be very difficult for me to stay in a single company for so long because I know I'm max to max increment I'm gonna get is like 10%. Acha, once you reach 30 plus na, like I am currently, I should not be switching that fast. So for me, it's different now. But first, try to reach to that magic figure of 30 LPA. The moment you reach now, after that, you really don't have to worry for appraisals and all those things. So reach there. If all of you are there, then you can stay peaceful. Then you can plan longer. Like currently, my plan is, as I said, now learning system design, DSA better, so that I get into product based companies and all those things. So plans should change. Then I'm not looking for money. Now I'm looking for big brand working on real, genuine business problem I want to solve. And also security, safety, everything is better in product based companies. You don't have to think about, bench period and all those things. If let's say something goes wrong in Hitachi currently, where would I go? I don't want to go back to the service based company. I might have to if I'm not prepared by that time, but maybe. Oh, Kumar Saini, Kud Venkat is love, yaar. He's my love. So if you have time, those who are patient guy, those who doesn't, are in so much impatient and they want to learn everything within 15 days, definitely go with Kud Venkat. Kud Venkat sir is amazing. He's my love here. I learned Sisha because of him, and I fall in love with Sisha because of him. Mohammed, if you're fresher, na, yeah, some example project I told you, na, start with a to-do list, then create a school management, then create a. Achha, you're immediately fresher itself, na. Then go with creating a simple uh, e-commerce first. First e-commerce, then school management. For .NET developer, better to go with Azure because both come from like Microsoft, so Azure will be more in demand. Yeah, most of the things I'm not saying AWS is wrong, and don't get me wrong if you're thinking I don't like React. The only reason I'm saying na, because since few companies come from the similar tech stack na, they blend better, and company which hires people na, they also enjoy these things. So whenever you become, let's say, an architect, let's say I become an architect, which my personal goal is, so obviously I will prefer the tech stacks which are similar in nature. So with Angular, definitely C Sharp goes well or Java goes well. And then on cloud side, since both are coming from .NET and Azure coming from microservices tech stack, Microsoft tech stack, I'll go with Azure. So better to go with Azure. But I can assure you, if you are in Azure now, start claiming that you are in, you're aware of AWS as well. But for that you need experience, because see, I only know Azure mostly. AWS I have learned by my own, but since the service is same, very same, only the name is changed. Okay, so since I've got 8 years of experience, I can say like 5 years I've worked in Azure and 3 years on AWS. But those who have got limited experience, try to portray more into Azure. Like if you've got 5 years of experience, you can say like 3.5 years into Azure and 1.5 year in AWS, like that. Hi Suraj, hello. Happy Friday, man. Yeah, Mohammed, thank you. Reach out to me on LinkedIn, okay, for anything if you guys feel you might need my help. We want to mention client name. No, no, no. Karam bhai, never, never. Avoid it. Avoid it. Yeah, while giving interviews, you can mention like as I worked with Dell. So I tell them, but don't put it on resume. Yaar. No, that's not the right thing. Harish, sorry, Harini Bhava. Acha, Harini Bhava Raju. I generally get DSA question in my Insta feed. Okay, I learn them and later forget confused because you're not practicing. Open VS Code or Visual Studio, whichever. I mean, I love for C sharp coding. I love Visual Studio. Code it, yeah. Code it. I mean, if let's say I don't do coding for last 1 month only, I might forget string manipulation as well. So please do it. I think I read a quote somewhere that one DSA problem a week will be more than enough. But pick a question which has got a lot of things mentioned, a lot of things explained together. So start DSA for sure, yeah. I think most of you, because my life title was like that, that I wanted anyone who is less than 8 years of experience. I think all of you who are here, or anyone who is gonna watch later, they should do DSA. Please don't target only for service-based companies. Your pay package, your stability in life, mental peace will be different, especially if you are less than 30 years of total your age. Please do DSA and start doing if you have something around 3 to 5 years of experience, you can manage with the design pattern. But if you've got 6+ years of experience, you might have to face system design as well. Create a ladder, no, create a parking lot, create a this kind of question I faced personally. Create a all those things. I mean, I can't recall right now, but so many. Yeah, Amida, thank you, bro. Some hope to switch after watching you. Thought to stay till promotion and switch. No, till if you're not prepared till then, stay here. Once you are prepared, move on here. Don't stay. Don't stay. You're losing money. You're literally losing money. I've recently met a senior. He's got, you wouldn't surprise, 14 years of experience. And what's the salary package? 13.8. 13.8. It's really bad. Please don't do that. Imagine a situation you're literally losing 10 to 15 to 20 lakhs rupees every year if you've been switching on time. So don't stay more than 3.5 years. If you're in product company, that's a different ball game. Few of my friends who got hired in college itself, from college itself, they hired into Deloitte, and even today they are there. So I'm assuming definitely they would have reached 25, 30 plus. So those company who give you appraisal well, they'll extract you a lot. That's fine. But the thing is, if you're getting appraisal on time, getting good, then you can stay. But if you're getting 5%, 6%, 2%, 3%, and staying there just in the name of safety and security is nonsense. What you said is correct for me, 17 years. Oh, well, Ganesh, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you, but I feel sorry for you. Please, boss, do system design, go into architect, yeah. You can explain anything, and with folding hand. And don't get me wrong, I didn't mean to insult or hurt anyone. But please, 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 now switch and go first 35 plus. I can tell you, with you mentioned 17 years now. When I was in UST, my architect was getting 5 CR, 5 CR with similar kind of experience. Okay, okay, sir. Thank you, thank you. Please, up, well, Gana, sir. Please switch. Please plan to switch. Okay. You are literally losing 30 lakh rupees per annum. I hope I'm trying to encourage you. Don't get me wrong that I'm trying to discourage, or I'm trying to say it's an insult that you're losing 30 lakhs. I'm trying to say that you're literally in your age, with your experience, you would have been at least getting easily 45 plus. So please, I don't know about your family and all the situation you might be facing, but try, think about it. Maybe some health issue, and I understand a lot of things are there, but please switch, please, sir. uh, please personally reach out to me on LinkedIn. I'll show you my salary. Not to discourage, again to encourage. That if you put enough effort, on time effort, things work. You get high package, you feel safe also. Acha. Which is better, C2H or with company with 10 players of experience? Contact. Oh, no, no, no. Don't even think, Vikash. Don't go with C2H here. They can destroy your career. Don't go with that. Unless something has gone very wrong, you need a job any cost, then it's a different ball game. But always go with permanent position. You lose out on health insurance. You lose out on life insurance. In Hitachi, I think my life insurance is something around 3 CR. So if let's say something goes wrong with me, I mean, I hope my fiance is not looking at it, otherwise she'll kill me. But just for instance, if something goes wrong, at least my family will get 3 CR, yeah. So that's totally wrong. Don't dare you not. Again, Vikash, अच्छा आप मेरे से senior हो विकास भाई, sorry, but please don't even think of C2H unless you are financially very distressed, unless you are not able to find any job, then it's a different ball game. Thanks, Vikash bhai. Thank you very much. Anything else, guys? Acha, what's your plan, guys, on weekend? I worked in a comfort zone and lagged to upgrade myself with the latest technology. I mostly work with .NET framework around 18 years. Okay. Acha, guys, give me 5 minutes. Let me address Welgan sir's concern. It's very, see, first of all, I'll tell you one thing. All .NET community should be very proud of each other and try to help each other, because everything I've learned now, majority of things coming from my seniors. So other tech stack are like jealousy and all those things. So let me address sir's concern. I understand, sir. You might have stuck in comfort zone, but you have an opportunity, sir. You start today. You don't plan to switch within 6 months or something. Give yourself 1 year. You must be very strong in C sharp. I can imagine. I mean, when I'll reach there, you must be very strong in C sharp. You must be very strong in .NET. Now, your first step should be to transition to .NET Core. Please do it, sir, as soon as possible. Then learn some front end, sir. You can say like, yeah, 5 years back I worked on Angular, but I know I'll manage. So in interview you'll manage, but mostly you will be focused on system design, design pattern, like the example I gave. Design a parking lot or something like that. Now you have got so much opportunity. You will be getting something like 40, 45 plus. So please start slowly, sir. Don't think you have to switch within 6 months. Plan now. Start preparing, learning new things. I mean, I'm really sorry. How can I say that you're learning new things? You have so much experience that if you start Angular, I think you'll learn within a month. Learn cloud, sir. Also, cloud and system design is very important for you. I'll share you some. Acha, on Scalar, right? If you go to YouTube now, scalar.com has shared free resources on system design, so please go through it, sir, and then plan after 1 year maybe. Much later, I moved out of the comfort zone and joined another company where I was affected by a layoff. Acha, sorry, sir. But that's fine. Your experience is a key, sir. I can tell you, experience is something which is unmatched. Nobody can buy experience. I'm also enjoying largely because of experience. As I said, I am not perfect in everything, sir. But since I've got 8 years of experience, I can say yes, I worked on Angular for 5 years, React for 3 years, Azure for 5 years. So like that, justification helps. I would love to connect with you, sir. If you feel anytime you need me, I'm always there for you. I'm tempted, but no experience Azure and Angular. How no React little bit, but what to do? Prepare to switch within 3 months. Acha, you're planning to 3 months, na? If you're into React, continue. No worries. React is also a nice language, but make sure you are prepared JavaScript first, because the moment you write React in your resume, lot of JavaScript question are gonna come, lot of them, and tricky one. Since you're a 10 plus, na, definitely they're gonna ask. But please do learn Azure, please. A few services, not everything. App services, Azure Blob Storage, Azure SQL, and so on. So at least people should be aware that you have touched cloud. I'm not focusing on all areas. During interviews, I sometimes forget to answer question even on topic. I understand, sir. I mean, for 17 years, yeah, you haven't sit for an interview, and now suddenly you have to. So I understand, and I feel the pressure. So currently, you're working, or I mean, you have found a job. What do you, Raj? Someone is here. I am. Acha, Roshni is here. Oh, hi, Roshni. If you have anything, please do ask. Working on third party on PPC. PPC क्या होता है भाई? आकाश? PPC. Acha, I'll answer me. Okay. Acha, you are not working, sir. Okay, for last 2 months. Okay, but I think hiring will start, sir, in a month or two. After March, a lot of hiring is gonna happen. And please, sir, this time don't settle for like 18-20 LPA. Please start system design. Please do some Azure and settle at least for 30 LPA. Please, humble request. I can't see such a senior guy being exploited by my industry. अच्छा प्रोडक्ट अरे तो एंजॉय करो भाई आकाश भाई तेरे को क्या यार अभी क्या है मजे है आपके तो यू आर इन प्रोडक्ट बेस यार तो चिल मारो the name itself is very valuable, yeah. One of my friend, was in Hitachi. I think we got into TCS from college placement. She got Hitachi. The brand itself carries so much value, and she was very good in TSA. Obviously, you know the second company which where she got the job directly. This one, yeah, I forgot the name. I keep forgetting that name, that company's name, but very big company, and salary was like 400% hike. So sometimes brand that does keep a track. So Akash, you're sorted, bro. You're sorted. Anything we should discuss, or shall I say a few things which I feel what is going in the industry? First of all, my humble request: keep asking questions if you have any. My humble request will be: don't even a second, don't waste even a second of your time thinking that AI is gonna do something tragic. It is not. I am assuming and I'm feeling that hiring is so fast, and you will realize my words in the month of April. Once this final quarter result is out, you will see how many people are being hired. You will realize that. Okay. Achha, you are in third party working for product based company. Achha, ठीक है, continue there, but be prepared here. I mean, on third party, they can, I don't want to use the word throw, but they can fire anytime. And obviously you're losing out on other benefits as well, which I mentioned sometimes ago. Curious as to how to get a good remote job. Remote job is on luck, yeah. I don't know. I mean, depends. I mean, it depends. Majority of the company these days are asking for hybrid, so not sure. Uh, so apply for those company. I mean, on Naukri, you put it very clearly that I am looking only for remote. Then maybe it works. Rushikesh, 3 plus you have. How much? What's your current CTC? If your current city is CTC, I'm assuming 3 years in like it reaches to usually eight or something. Or if you haven't ever switched, then you can expect like 80% hike. Up to 5 years now, you can expect 60 to 80%. Usually, you'll get it. Acha, I'll tell you. I can't tell you the exact number, but I'll tell you how I started getting a different salary in different bracket. When I was in TCS, I was getting 4 LPA. When I first switched to Active, they offered me 9 point something, 9.8 or something around 10. Then when I got into UST, 18 lakhs, 18. And then I made the biggest, not biggest jump, I would say. Then my jump was very slow. Something around they offered me 24, 25 plus. And here they gave me the biggest jump. So it goes like that. So within that bracket, but don't cross that much, okay? If you have got 6 to 7 years of experience, don't immediately expect 45 LPA if you haven't switched on time, because that will be pressure. If you're on bench, they will not allow you even for 2 days, 3 days to stay on bench. They're very tricky. So that's why I always say either try for product base, or if not on product base, then MNCs, only MNCs. Deloitte, PwC, EY, all big four, Capgemini, Cognizant, Accenture, nothing else. Hello sir, I've got myself Ayush. Hi Ayush, planning to switch. I have 3.5 years knowledge in .NET Core, React, Angular. अरे आयुष भाई तो आपको तो क्या ही करना है यार, आपको तो कुछ भी मिल जाएगा मेरे भाई. तो अच्छा, you ask me to roadmap for uh, how to give the interviews. Okay, so do the .NET Core very. I mean, .NET Core should be like very clear. Everything they ask. What is middleware? What is what happens with this, that, then you can go through my videos and you'll realize how real interview actually matters. Because I never share what is difference between I enumerable versus I curable, what is ref and out. No, I give only, last video I uploaded last week, I'm not able to, because I don't want to make less quality video, which makes no sense, which nobody gets benefit from. So that's why I'm saying go to the core. Real interviews are very different from what kind of interview experience you see on LinkedIn. Chandrasekhar sir, for 11 years, how do salary expect on .NET? Oh, sir, .NET tech stack for 11 years. Sir, I'll tell you, if possible, I have my LinkedIn, URL there. Please reach out to me. I can't tell my exact salary currently, but as I said, na, when I had 6.5 years of experience, I was getting 25 something. Now it's better. So 11 years, if I think myself how much I will be getting or I would like to get when I'll be 11 years of experience, somewhere around 50, 55, 60. Because I target for product base, first of all, or at least top brand, or at least with all the tech stack required to be completely full stack. I claim myself full stack. Obviously, I don't know each and every concept of every tech stack, but I'm brushing it up. I'm making it even better. So maybe in that sense, sir, you have to see, Chandra sir, how much is your current and how much you're thinking in future. Mohammed, well, I'm 24. Okay, not having any experience. I'm too old. 24 साल बूढ़े हो गए. I've given 5 to 6 interviews in last 3 months. What works for me? Mohammed, reach out to me on LinkedIn. I see what's your problem is. Okay. I wish. How much salary should I expect? I have also switched one company. You have switched one company and you have got 3.5 years of experience. Okay. 3.5. Expect around 12 to 15 year. These days they're ready to give. They'll give you years into three minimum expectation. I think. Hmm. Yeah, Ravindra sir. I mean, yeah, that's a. I've read somewhere that years into three, but I think it is less. Yeah, I think it is good only for 6 to 7 years. I think after 8 years you should start getting more than that. Yeah, only 3 years. I mean, for 10 years experience, you're saying 30 LP is enough. I don't think so. I've got so many seniors who's got around. I mean, my colleagues, 6 years, 7 year, 8 years, they are easily getting 28, 30 LP. In last 1 or 2 companies due to layoff, now I have two offers. Confusion which one to join, MRI and R system. दोनों ही ट्रिकी है भाई आपके पास, चंद्रा सर. MRI and R system. I think MRI will be better, but I'll research on this. And if you have time, please ping me. I have few colleagues in our system. I'll get to know the culture and tell you. I can't tell you exactly now, but I think MRI is slightly better than our system. I have to see, sir. I'll see and let you know. But please don't go for packages and all. Acha, sir, Chandra sir, please try to utilize this offers to cash in with Deloitte and all big companies. You'll get the stability as well and better salary hike also. Acha, junior guys, or kuch? Have I missed any question? Okay. So see, guys, those who are under 5 years of experience, uh, please do DSA. Humble request. You will see me saying this in every my interview experience, every live. Do DSA. Don't stuck around Capgemini, Cognizant, Accenture, and all those things. They're good companies. You know how I think when I'll be 10 plus years of experience or around 12 years, when I'll have, let's say, a cute daughter or son, I don't know. At that time, I'll plan to go into these big companies because they've got, I don't know about work life balance and work culture and all, but they've got good life insurance, health insurance, and so on, and kind of a stability. Yeah. Even if, let's say, when I have got 15 years of experience, my CTC is, let's say, 60, 70 lakhs. Even if they don't increment even a single rupees, I will be more than happy to live my life there. So those who are below 10 years, I would say, not even 5 years, those who have got experience less than 10 years, it is your duty to try to get into product based company. Don't stuck yourself. in a service-based companies. So guys, how so plan for weekend this weekend? What are you planning for? Chalo yaar, I think this live has got so long, and I'm so thankful. I mean, every one of you got involved. Okay, so I might be planning next session. Please enjoy free movies. Yeah, say yeah, say yeah, say yeah. I have so many plans to execute. Let's see how much I will be able to. So we'll meet maybe on Sunday or next week. But be ready with your questions. And those who are gonna go with the interviews, please share your interview experience with me. I will try to make a video and share with all of us. Okay, be happy. Proud to be a .NET developer. Those who are in .NET, please try to add more tech stack and more in add more in-hand salary as well. Start learning for an interview. Okay, Mohammed. Please continue here. If you don't have job, start here. Start. And all the seniors, thank you very much for joining. Give suggestions, whatever you want to. I would love to take your suggestion. Can we have WhatsApp group so that everyone can share? Yes, yes. I'm gonna post a. I'm gonna create a post where I'll share my WhatsApp channel. We'll connect. We'll have one to one as well. Okay. Okay, friends. Chalo. Have a really nice weekend. Let's meet you. Maybe on Sunday or maybe next week, whenever I'm free. Okay. All the very best. Thank you very much for joining. Love you guys.